designer on my body, looking good as a hobby. That man, see some mess but she calling me Bobby. Counting up the bands with the stack in my hands. Bust it down, then I flip. Got a pocket full of chips like neck on cold, 2-4 gold. Yo, bitch, go, she dropped that low. Created player, created player. Created player, created player.
Yo, what's happening? It's your boy P Nice, and we on the Creative Players platform, and this is the P Nice Show. And you already know, if you want to live life, come mess with P Nice, baby. Today I got some very special guests in the building, man. Last episode, y'all see we cracked it off with the Black Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And they was getting me bad in the comments too, because I said Israelites wrong. You feel? I said Israelites. I said Israelites. You know what I mean? And they was calling me like, hey, bro.
Say it right.
And you said it all wrong, bro. I'm tripping. Oh my God, you feel me? But I got my guy, all right, Warrior. What's happening with you, boy?
What's going on with you, brother? You already know me, man. Just here to rock out.
That's right. And I got Captain.
That's right. Big Captain Jazariak, ISBK, under Commander Jayana, man. It's a pleasure to be up in the joint with you, man.
Pleasure to meet you too, brother.
Hey, I did have a slight little art with the brother, because I came in his studio and I'm looking at, listen, the ambiance is fire.
You're looking, I appreciate it.
But then I was looking up, and the question I asked, like, out of all the pictures of Tupac, he got the picture of Tupac with Marilyn Monroe. So I'm like, what's up with the Marilyn? What's up? You couldn't have. Hey, they probably don't want to put Jada right now because Jada is diabolical.
You know what's crazy? Because me and Cap Godormo was in here and we didn't even spot that. So now that you said that, is crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it. I'm like, okay, it's all black. It's all black. I'm looking at, and then we got
iconic figures.
The one. Snow roach and shit. You know.
Oh my God! Yo, what?
Well, snow roach, because you know they like to say snow bunnies. I'm not gonna give no white woman that type of credit. Man. But we ain't gonna call it a snow roach.
Man, so what
was in the thought process to put Tupac and Marilyn together?
It was just part of history, man. You feel? I just really seen it, and. You know, coming up as a kid, you know, Tupac was there.
Right,
like,
of
you know
course,
what I'm saying?
heavy, right.
And then everywhere I go as a kid, I just see Marilyn Monroe everywhere. You know what I mean? It ain't even had.
I think we said it wrong now. I think that's Madonna.
That's Madonna.
Yeah, let me get that right, because they gonna mess with. They already messed with you.
That's Madonna.
With the Israelites. They already messed with you with the Israelites.
That's Madonna.
So let's make sure we get it right. That's Madonna.
I'm saying that because he the one that said Marilyn Monroe.
He thinking I'm right. Now I want that to be on me. Like, hey, Cat, man, you fucked me up on there. They getting on me, and you was wrong about the white woman.
Yeah, but they dated for a brief moment.
Yeah, they dated for a brief moment. You should have put Janet up there, man.
Jada, man.
Janet.
No, Janet.
Yeah, like poetic justice type.
Yeah, that would be fly. You know what? I'm probably going.
I ain't saying you gotta change it, but
damn, man.
It's all
a brotherly suggestion.
Man, they got me in here sweating now.
You got the good Snoop Dogg Biggie picture over there. You got the Paid in Full. Got the Boys in the Hood.
It's the legendary room.
Yeah, like this is dope. Like
appreciate
this whole.
You, man.
Cause you know you always be looking at people's setup. I know I do, because I like to go like what was in their thought process to do it. Because everybody's setup is different. So I like this whole setup. This setup is dope. So
for me, my whole thought process was this is the legendary room. You feel me? And all this stuff is legendary from my childhood on up. Legendary to me. Right. You know what I mean? So you know Obama, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X. You feel me? Hey, look, man, look. See, listen, all the great boxers, Tyson Ali, Mayweather, George Foreman, so on.
Right.
Ice Cube, you feel me? Pac, her, her. Yeah, all these is the
that's the Boys in the Hood,
all
Friday,
you know what I'm saying? All the dope black movies all in one.
That's iconic.
Black Paid in Full.
Yeah, it is,
You know what I'm saying? Paid in Full. You feel me? Over there, I got all the hot East Coast artists over there.
Oh yeah, on the subway. That's dope too.
You feel me? They on the subway.
Yeah.
Over here in the corner. You know what I mean?
This is dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't got no hate against it, man.
You feel me? And all the toys too.
Except the white bitch.
You feel me?
Outside of that, you got Woody.
You feel me? Beetlejuice, you know what I'm saying? That's from my childhood. Yeah. You got something to say about them too, man.
No. Toy Story. I like Toy Story.
White Woody. You got something to say about White Woody and White Buzz. Come on, man. Come on.
Toy Story is a dope movie, though.
You got me looking at everything now. Like, all my toys white? Come on, man.
Nah, Toy Story
Got a
dope.
blackface to toys.
Yeah, nah. Toy Story was a dope movie. Beetlejuice, the Turtles, they was all dope.
We're gonna come back next time. We'll have everybody's face gonna be black.
That's good. Then y'all, and I think he strategically had me sit under this picture. So I could be up under the white roach. I could be up under. Nah, just with you, man.
So what's up, man? How your day going, man?
Oh, we doing good, man. Listen, I've been out in LA, Cali rather, since I think Thursday.
Okay.
And outside of adjusting to the time zone, man, it's been beautiful out here. I done been to so many different cities. I done been to Long Beach with the brothers from the Viral Way down there.
Oh, they're my guys. Shout out Viral Way. Shout out
Viral Way. Like I was telling y'all off camera, I put that crown on Messiah's head.
Yeah.
And the Messiah jumped up. He felt the Holy Spirit. He felt that
Israelite in that moment.
Yeah, man. Even drove out to Vegas, came back. So it's been fire. You know what I mean? I want to shout out to Godal Hall. He's in charge of the zone out here. So it's been dope, being out here.
So that's love, man. I appreciate you coming, man. For real,
definitely, man. I wanted
shout out
to
my
make
boy
sure.
too, man. You know what I'm saying? He went and hit me up like, hey, man, I got somebody.
He told me about it. I wanted to let me get up on it. I love getting on my people's podcast. You know what I mean? Like when it's our people, and we can, build and create some things and have a conversation that needs to hit home within our environment.
Right.
You know what I mean? That we can relate to. So. It made this shit dope. So I'm looking forward to whatever y'all want to talk about.
So I want to know who introduced you to the Black Israelites.
So how I learned about this shit is I was watching videos on blood sacrificing, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Like back in, this is like 2009. And it was like this heavy, like, when you be down in the conspiracy, anybody smoke weed, most of the time they conspiracy theorists, and I was one of them. Yeah. And so I remember Jay-Z got some song talking about Jesus or something like that. And as when you watch YouTube videos, you always see something on the side. Right. And so I saw something on the side first that said Jay-Z blood sacrificing or something like that. So I wanted to see, because I done bought Behold a Pale Horse book. I'm reading all these conspiracy theories. And so as I'm watching the video, they trying to convince me that Jay-Z, Kanye, and Rihanna, that video, What's to Run This Town? Yeah. That video is about them blood sacrificing. And I'm listening to the guy do the video. It ain't really making sense to me, but I'm watching the video, getting high like everybody else. So I'm watching the video. But on the side of that was like, we are the Israelites. So like as you watch any video, you see other video, they do the recommendations. Yeah. So I saw the video, We the Israelites. And I used to hear that when I was younger. Like I remember seeing Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston getting baptized in Dimona and stuff. So I always knew about it, but I didn't know enough to say that I'm that. So when I see that video, I click the video. So I'm watching the video and they start breaking down the curses that black people are under. And we use the word curses, not that we are cursed, because that's the disclaimer I want. Like, we don't teach that we are a cursed people. Mm-hmm. We teach that we're under the curses for our disobedience. Right. Like, and it's almost, if you take the Bible out the picture and just look at the way black people live, it's a cursed way of life. Mm-hmm. Meaning if we selling drugs, we gonna have people hooked on drugs. Like I remember coming up, I was hustling like in Jersey City where I'm from. I hustled, but then my father was a dope fiend. And so as I'm hustling, and at the same time, I'm mad because my father ain't dead. I used to be conflicted. Right. Because the same reason my father ain't dead is the same reason what I'm selling is going to make sure somebody else's mother and father ain't dead. Right. That's how very easy it is to understand what it means to be a cursed people. Right. But then now the Bible is breaking down how our disobedience to God is why we're in this condition. Mm-hmm. Because you're going to replace what you believe in with something else you believe in. Yeah. And if you believe in America and you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you're going to be cursed because America doesn't have a belief system that prohibits you from living good. Yeah. Think about it. America's way of life is, I'm going to kill you first, then I'm going to lay out how we're going to live second. That's what they did when they came over here. When they came over here and they saw the natives and everybody was living, they killed them first, gave them a way of life second. So we living under that same umbrella. I was watching this video.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, I was watching this video, and it was a brother. He was on No Jumper, and he was talking about how we learned, I'm speaking like he's talking. And so he's saying how we learned our flag from America. Like, how y'all gonna complain about us because we fighting over a flag, we doing this over a flag, when the red, white, and blue, that's a flag. That red is from America, that blue is from America. So we done seen y'all as the parents live a certain way of life to get what y'all want, to get a piece of land y'all want. And then now we come up and then we think to get that same piece of land or that same piece of property the same exact way.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't live under America. Because if you live under America, you're gonna think I have to kill him to get the block.
Yeah.
You're not gonna think I can build with him and get the block.
Right.
Because you can't build with a brother to get the block.
Collaboration over competition.
Exactly. And that's better because now that brother and his family can come outside without having to worry about me killing him.
Right.
Because now we got the same goal.
Right.
And so now as I'm watching this video break this down, and what I broke down is every ghetto USA. We all fighting and dying over a block. Y'all might call it a set over here. We might call it a block over here. We might call it when I was coming up, we call it crews or gangs or and stuff like that. But it's all the same concept.
Right. Living
Under this system. So as I'm watching the video and it's breaking down, what stood out the most was when it said, in Deuteronomy 28:68, when it said we're going to be brought into Egypt again with ships and sold for bondmen and bondwomen. Because the one thing that could never be solved is like, what was we before we were slaves? Because, our history starts with slave, damn the end with slave, because we're still under the same slave master.
Yeah.
So when that verse showed that we came over here on cargo slave ships, we were sold to our enemies, nobody has freed us. Now it's giving me like an identity of who I am. Now, once I get that identity, I start saying, okay, if we curse, how do we get uncursed? If we punished, how do we get unpunished? And so to get unpunished, I had to stop getting high, had to stop hustling, had to stop being evil, and stop doing all the things that, again, if you take the Bible out of the equation and just leave it on normal life, if we stop living such a detrimental life, the natural occurrence is life gets better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the same way we have generational curses, we can create something called generational blessings. Now,
facts.
I raise my kids to not be violent like I was, to not be a drug dealer like I was, then they would teach their kids the same thing, their kids the same. So now how we generationally destroyed our communities, we can generationally heal our communities. And so the more I started digging into being an Israelite, I found ISUBK. So I was learning that in November. Excuse me, like October, November. I found ISUBK in February. And what stood out with ISUBK is that you can still be a man. Like, the church teach you to be like this docile pussy ass nigga, like, if I'm gonna be plain. Like, you gotta be soft. They teach you to be docile.
Damn.
Word is bond. Like that nigga right there, Martin, he gonna tell you to turn the other cheek. When Christ was having that conversation of turn the other cheek, he was only talking to his brothers. Like, everything that I just said is turn the other cheek. When you think about it. So what I'm saying is, when my brother come outside, he's my enemy, not because he's a real enemy, but he claimed a different gang than I. So now if I turn the other cheek against that same black man, now he's not an enemy. Martin would have you think he was talking about white people. Christ was only talking to other Israelites. He was, and even when they killed him, when you go into the Bible, they killed Christ. Other Israelites killed Christ because they didn't want to lose their seat with the white man, the Romans. It says that in John the 11th chapter, 48th verse, it says, if we let him be, we will lose our seat in place with the Romans. And that's what a lot of black people are that look at us and try to paint us as we the most wickedest niggas because we saying we shouldn't love the white man. But just think about this. We say that our brothers are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But because we don't say the white man is our brother, we become public enemy number one. But if we stop being enemies with each other, even if somebody don't want to hate the white man like me, if they just stop being an enemy to their brother, not only are we going to build ourselves, but you're going to be an enemy to the white man because we don't understand that the white man doesn't believe in equality. He does not believe that America can be a place where blacks and whites can be even. The only place that America can be is whites on top and everybody else on the bottom. So as long as you serving him, you're fine. You're not going to be an enemy to him. And that's why he puts different devices in our community, so that in our community, we stay at a level of destruction. Yeah. Always think about when Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan, husband and wife, President of the United States, wife of the President of the United States. Nancy Reagan's war on drugs was to keep white people off of drugs. Ronald Reagan's war on drugs was to keep us on drugs. So as Nancy Reagan is pulling out this whole mantra of not using drugs, we know Ronald Reagan is working with the CIA to pump it in drugs. So they have a white couple that's indicative of, we want to destroy y'all, but make sure we don't get destroyed. And then the opioid, when think about it, it was heroin until white people was on it. Now it's an opioid problem. It only becomes a drug problem. Like the fentanyl is killing white people crazy. But it's only an issue. It wasn't an issue when it's us dying off fentanyl, only when they dying off fentanyl. It's not an issue when we dying off of drugs. It's only an issue when they die off of drugs. Then it becomes a problem. And so we have to understand that if we don't come up under the Most High, we don't come up under our identity, we'll never know who to love or who to hate. Right. And it ain't even about being violent. You're not going to see videos where you see Israelites beating the shit out of white people. You're not going to see that because we're not taught that. We're a self-defense. Like, you have every right to defend yourself, which goes back to when I got to ISUBK, you could be a man, because I thought, if I start believing in this Bible, I can't be tough. Right. I can't be aggressive. I can't be a cat that could tell polite, cross the line, or get the fuck out of here. Right. You know, in the Christian church, be like, well, is there another way for us to communicate? Do we got to talk like this? Right. Then when I come in here and I could be like, no, cross the line, or that lets me know, because as long as I could be a man, because that's what any man wants to be, a man. When you try to make them sense, when you, if what they call it, I forget the terminology, but if it comes to my head, I'll say it. But when a black man talks aggressive, the reason why especially the way we talk, the reason why they make us a threat is because we can talk aggressive, but it's discipline. Like, we ain't being aggressive and say, go beat your brother up or go shoot the white man up. We're being aggressive and saying, do the exact opposite. And so now that becomes a threat. So everything about being an Israelite is the most appealing thing. I could be a man, I could be gangster, I got my braids, got my beard, everything. It's just a bomb.
So I hear you ought to talk about white men, right? Mm-hmm. So are you not cool with any white people at all?
Yeah, I'm cool with a lot of them.
Okay.
Like that, and that's the thing. Like, I don't go into the room with the white man and be like, man, you devils, man, y'all should be on your knees. That would defeat the whole purpose. Right. You know, I can laugh with a white man. A white man can tell a joke. That shit be funny. Yeah. So I just told you, Woody, Toy Story, good movie. Yeah. Now, they might say, well, that's a cartoon. But no, but like, a white man could, listen, if I'm watching a movie, white man, I watch his movies, I could laugh at him. I got a business that I have called Gas Creations. I got to do business with white people, African people, Arab people. I don't like none of them. I only love my people. But that don't mean the same way, you look at it like this, that white man that works at the job with every black person hates your guts, but he's going to work with you. He's going to laugh with you. Oh, she's funny. He's funny. It's the same way that we are. It's not emotional. If I was emotional, I couldn't sit with nobody that's not my people. Right. But it's not about being emotional. That's where that would come from.
So it's like Hulk Hogan. You know, these are people who work with black people and other races of people, but then you find out later on that they racist. Right. That's basically what he's saying, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Like, you could be around white people and they could be racist, but they still know how to conduct themselves and take care of business, hire you, how you do things, but they understand that, hey, I don't mess with this person. Right. So we're not going to really build a friendship outside of work. We're not going to be best friends. Our kids not about to be coming over here and playing, like, having little kid dates. So it's just professional, you know? Right. I can conduct business with you and not like you. It's like you motherfuckers who gangbang, you go to prison, you deal with your enemies. Yeah. You don't like them, you probably got their hoods whacked out, different things, but you understand the situation. So it's like, you know what? We can work together. Right. You know, we probably hustle together, we eat together, we do certain things, but in the back of your mind, you know, like, I don't mess with their hood.
So what about, just say, a white kid who was raised in a black neighborhood by a black family? adoption, you know what I mean, all that type of stuff since he was a baby. And all he knows is black people, but he's white. How do you guys handle someone like that though?
He would still
he love his black people. Like he wants to change his identity to be black. He don't even like white people.
Yeah, so it's like if I make you could use that same situation. No, it's actually simple. He would still be in the black community, but he would never come to an Israelite function. I can't help the way, like you said, I can't help the way he grew up. He didn't grow up. He grew up with this. Let's say he's adopted. We'll just use that to make it easier. Let's say he's adopted. Say he grows up. He got a black mother, black father, black siblings. Probably say nigga. Do all of that. I can't change his anecdotal experience. That's his anecdotal singular experience. But if we had a cookout on his block, if we had an event on his block, he couldn't come to our event. He got to stay outside.
So a white person can't even come to the event?
Not if it's like we do food drives sometimes. So like let's say we're doing a food drive. Anybody that comes to get food, we don't ask you who you are. We don't ask your race or whatever. So you could be Chinese, you would get some food. You could be white, you would get some food. It's just a food drive. But if we have, like Captain Goodall, he did a cookout, right? At that cookout, you can only be our people. So African can't come, a white can't come, a Chinese can't come, none of them come, period. So that young kid that's white that grows up thinking that he's black and one of us, he ain't coming nowhere. Africans, Chinese, none of them is coming.
So that's what I want to know. That's what you got me now with the African.
Right.
The Africans can't come?
No, because we're not African. Africans a whole another tribe of people biblically. So biblically, they would come from Ham. They look like that's the melanin you talking about.
Yeah.
You talking about like outside features.
Right.
So I fucked up. I'm gonna say the same thing. You so like Bob Marley. You think he black?
I would say he black. He just a black Jamaican.
Yeah. But he got a white daddy though. Most people don't know that he got a white daddy.
Is that right?
Yeah. Most people don't know that.
Nigga mix.
Right,
He's still black though.
Let's say so in our world, in today's worldview, he would be mixed or biracial.
He got a white daddy?
He got a white daddy.
I'm gonna show you. In our worldview, he would be considered biracial.
Right.
In the biblical worldview, that's an Edomite or a white man, and he couldn't come either. So it's not about the whole skin tone.
Hold on, not to cut you.
No, you come. I know you're gonna ask some questions.
Yeah, so if it's a black man and he's mixed with white,
if his daddy's white, not if he.
Oh, just the daddy,
just the father.
Right.
Gotcha.
So let's say if a brother, let's reverse it. Bob Marley
I seen something about something like this of the mom or daddy's with Drake. It was something about Drake.
Right. So Drake is a nigga.
Yeah.
So Drake is a person. So let's take Bob Marley. Let's take Drake. The world will probably say because Drake is light skinned that he's white, and Bob Marley would be black because he might have darker skin. We would say Drake is black because his father is black, even though he has a Jewish mother. We're gonna say Bob Marley is white because although his mother is black, he has a white father. I'll blow your mind.
So why though? Why is that?
Because you're the seed of your father. Just think
in the Bible.
So in the Bible, when they say 12 tribes of Israel, those tribes are all sons that produce children. Even in science, you get the same amount of chromosomes, 23, from mother and father. But the DNA that identifies who you are comes from the father. You as a black man, let's say if you slept with a Puerto Rican, a Mexican, and a black woman, because you're planting seeds in all of them, it's your seed that you're planting in them. So that seed that comes out is you. That's why it's black. Mm-hmm. But let's say if a black woman had sex with a Puerto Rican, a white, and an Arab, that's 3 different seeds that she's putting in her. She can't pull the same seed because she don't carry. She don't have seed. Mm-hmm. She carries the seed of what's planted in her. Think about the earth. You put apple seeds, orange seeds into the earth. No matter what you put in the earth, whatever seed went in the earth is a seed that comes out of the earth. It's just like that. So Bob Marley's white seed from his father, that's what even when you look at the sperm, it's like a brain. It's the brain with the spinal cord attached to it. that attaches to the egg.
So what about Bob Marley's father is white, so he's not considered black.
Yeah, he's not an Israelite.
But what about Bob Marley's kids?
Yeah, that was all white people.
All are white.
Yeah, all of this a line of white people, regardless of complexion.
Because of Bob Marley's father.
No matter how.
Man, that nigga could be pitch black. He would be white. He just took his mother's melanin.
Even through the family lineage, it's like just he was white. It's getting watered down more and more. Like
that's why we're not supposed to mix. So colorism is what we're discussing now. Colorism is more so like a late European term, straight up American term.
Great grandkids white.
Yeah,
white.
Everything white.
Yeah, and they ain't gonna shake the white sperm that was planted.
You know what the fucked up part about that is?
That look black.
Well, this is how the black Israelites look at it, right?
Right. Well, that's how science look at it too. They just won't tell y'all the truth. They be trying to tell y'all the truth. Like one,
you gonna try to turn this hard. Bro.
Okay. Like one. Oh, there we go. I just want to make sure it's up.
You gotta turn it.
Oh, to tight. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's already kind of.
So, science, right? So, like, one of my wives had went and got a DNA test, right? But because she's a woman, she can only pull her mother's side of the DNA. She couldn't pull her father's side because she doesn't carry that genetic material. Whereas if a man, she had to have one of her brothers go do a DNA test to get her father's side because the man carries the male and the female material.
Does this have to take place as far as her getting her DNA test before y'all got married?
No, she did it when we was together.
Okay,
she just chose to do it. It's not unlawful to get it done. It's just not legit.
Yeah, no. Yeah. What I'm saying is, just say,
I
you
get
in
what
a relationship
saying.
with a woman.
So if I meet a woman, I am going to ask who's your father. I'm going to find that out. Like I'm going to find out like what your lineage is because we can't marry outside of.
But what if I understand what you're about to say, right? But what if she don't know who her biological father is? She's only going by the man that raised her since birth or whatever the case may be, and she tell you that's her father.
We try to find as much information out
later
about
on down the line.
Oh, we find out later.
Together,
right.
You find out later y'all married and everything. And her daddy white.
Well, you stuck. Yeah, you stuck now because you married to her. So like in the Bible, Moses married 2 Ethiopian women. This is before he got the truth, before the Lord told him what to do. He didn't divorce his women. Like so let's say if a brother comes into our school and they got a white wife, we don't make him divorce that white woman. It's only when you get the knowledge of the truth, you can't go out there and do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if a brother got a white woman
invited to any events.
Nah. Your white woman, your African woman, your Chinese woman, if that's a heathen.
They go have to wait at home till you come back.
Yeah.
That's a heathen.
Just like,
why they gotta be like heathens and devils and stuff? Why they can't just be
heathen? Well, anybody can be that term. Anybody could be a devil or a heathen. Yeah. It's just like my mother would call me a heathen because I didn't want to go to church.
But you think all white people are devils though?
Yes.
So why all white people gotta be devils?
Because it's not. He's got some good white people. I'm gonna give my mama that.
Eddie gonna explain what devil mean because I don't think most people know what that term means.
Yeah, break it down for me.
So devil means deceiver. That's what it means. So the number one deceiver on the planet is the white man. But can we be devils too? Yes, because we could deceive. But when you think of the epitome of deception, that's the white man. Jesus Christ is white to the white people. The Bible don't say that. The Israelites are white people to the white man. The Bible don't say that. God loves everybody. That's what the white man, they don't say that.
Right.
The white man is, you think about it, the white man is everything. The white man is the last Mexican. The white man is the last samurai. The white man is the last and the best. Even what's the cowboy cat? The Lone Ranger. That's a black man. That was a black man and a native Indian. The white man stole that. So the white man is right now. The white man is American, even though that title should belong to the indigenous people of this continent.
Right.
So when we say devil, we mean it from that context. But when you're talking about anybody being a devil, anybody can actually be a devil. So the reason why we call a white man the devil is because of how he's lived his way of life here on the planet.
That's the number one deceiver.
So, I'm looking up some stuff right now.
Yeah, go ahead, look it up. I want to show you Bob Marley Daddy. I will blow your mind with Farrakhan, but I'm gonna leave
Hey,
you alone.
real quick, Cap. Sorry, I had a question for you.
Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to see, have you seen that Young Thug cover? Where he painted himself white with blue eyes and everybody up on his album? Did you, well, when he did
That's
that.
Bob Marley's father right there.
No way.
That's his father right there.
Seriously?
Yeah, Norval Marley.
I think he just don't know who his real daddy is, man.
Nah, they know who his real daddy.
You see the last name on that?
Oh my god.
He said, "Yo, no, is that like,
Yeah, that's his father.
That, though.
Now look at that one. Now that like Bob Marley looks like his father in
He
blackface.
do.
That's crazy, huh?
I got pictures of Bob Marley in the other room.
I'm glad it wasn't in here.
Damn. Man, I love Bob Marley, man.
But
I love Bob Marley.
let's say if you love him, ain't nothing wrong. Like he made some great music. People like the One Love, Turn the Lights Down Low.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with light and white music. What's that song?
And I
What
still
You Gonna
listen to
Do-
Bob
Do
Marley,
for
by the
Love?
way.
I think that's a white man sung that song. You know, it's just music.
So, can a person like this?
Let me see. Yeah, he looking for something to try to get me, y'all. He looking for something. Let me see. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, go back.
Derek Jeter,
Right.
New York Yankees.
Right. I think he got a black daddy though.
He got a black daddy. Can he be an Israelite?
Yes, he is an Israelite.
But ain't his mom like Latino?
I don't know what his mom is.
Oh, his mom white?
Yeah, I think his mom's white.
Like a full.
Shit, you should have pulled. You should have pulled up Mariah Carey.
Yeah, you could have put him on Mariah Carey.
Yeah, Mariah Carey. Mariah. That's what I'm saying. So we don't. The colorism thing, like.
Hold on, Mariah Carey, daddy black or white?
Black.
Okay, she black.
Yeah. So
Okay,
Mariah
okay.
Carey's black.
You know, they be trying to say she white.
Yeah, they say she. Well, why do they say she's white? Because when you look at her with the outside appearance, even I would say that's not now, but in the world I would say that's a white woman. Now, as an Israelite, the colorism has left my mind state. So when I see people by their color, I don't automatically assume that they're a white person or a black person.
So it's all about your father's
It's
DNA.
all about who your father is.
Yeah, who your father
Whatever your father is, that's what you are.
Damn.
That's what it's about. It hits different.
Yeah, do.
So never in life can Bob Marley seeds ever be black.
They can look black.
Like even if down the line more and more, like if the percentage don't get higher, I ain't no scientist.
No.
You feel me? Like you know how they say like Bob Marley your dad.
Right.
You his seed. Okay, you 99.9%.
Right.
Him. Okay, then the grandkids probably 89%. You get what I'm saying? They go lower and lower and lower.
Would never change.
So even when I debate,
generations.
yep. So even when I debate and people bring up like the DNA to get who your identity is, even they'll tell you whatever your paternal line is what you always were. So from a biblical standpoint, it's the same. So if you black today, you was always that. And even in the white man's science, if you're black today, you was always that. So they'll try to say just go back 5,000, 6,000 years. Whatever your paternal line is on that DNA is what you always is. They teach in their science that never changes.
Gotcha.
So you can mutate. That's a term that they would use.
I love this shit.
Yeah, no,
I love learning new shit. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about the Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
no
saying? Nothing.
Yeah, we got you covered.
I like
today.
this type of shit.
And you can
I just like to
mutate.
learn.
They use terms like mutate. And that's kind of what Bob Marley is. Bob Marley would be a mutation. And the mutation is a black woman mixed with a white woman, with a white man, and it mutated into what you see Bob Marley is today.
Right.
Because Bob Marley's father cannot get that melanin without mixing with someone that has melanin.
Got you.
And he just so happened to mix with And then with the Africans, they just a different tribe than us, so they can't come around us either. And Africans hate black people anyway. I don't know why.
Kind of tell by our facial features and things like that. Outside of skin, we actually like are completely different.
So we all didn't come from Africa?
No, you can't look at it like we all.
That's what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
so we all
they
came
took
from
black people because it wasn't no black people here at first, right?
Eventually, so
it was natives, but it wasn't
even
black
before
people,
the natives got here. In that Middle Eastern area, they call it Middle East today. the Bible would just call it, let's say, the Garden of Eden, or with Noah and his 3 sons first. So after the flood, Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All black, what you would call black people. White people don't exist at this point. White-looking people, I should say. And so all of those 3 sons produce what today would be melanated people. So Ham and his melanated tribes developed what today would be known as Africans. Shem, which comes from a different tribe of people, created where the Israelites would come from, the Arabs would come from, the East Indians would come from, the Chinese and Japanese. They all come from that Shemitic line. Even the white man comes from that Shemitic line. And then the Japhetic people, that's where you get like the Hawaiians and Polynesians and stuff like that. So white people in origin comes from 2 melanated people.
Right.
They were just created without the high level of melanin.
That now that you mention the Hawaiians and Polynesians and stuff, so because I know the Hebrew Israelites, it's black, Hispanic,
and Native
Indians.
Right.
So we don't add the Polynesians and stuff in there.
Nah, Hawaiians.
Why not?
He must have saw a couple of them. They must have been looking a little fly to him or something.
My brothers, man. My family, man. You know, I'm from Long Beach.
Right.
So we got a big...
I
knew he was going
yeah, like, them my people.
Together.
Yeah. I mean, they could be... They could be somebody you...
They black.
Your childhood
They
friends.
just a different blood tribe. You know, and we grow up, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you got somebody...
My godson is Samoan. Yeah. That's my baby, man.
That's a bubble. He can still be your godson. I'm not here to change that. So we got brothers in our school that have a white mother. We don't tell them, hey, that ain't your mother no more.
Right.
We don't tell them, hey, you can't be around. That's your mother.
I got you.
So I wouldn't tell you couldn't be around him.
Crazy.
But that's a different tribe than you. That's just a whole different tribe, so it don't even count.
Polys, though?
Yeah. And more important, all this is the word of God. This is what's in the Bible. This
but it don't mean y'all don't dislike them. It just means
it ain't our personal opinion. We want to make that clear too. Like, it's not us.
Yeah, there ain't no history of them doing much to us. So you know,
right. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
With Japheth, with that particular tribe, they said that they would be in the tents of Shem.
This is crazy to hear. Like, just because I'm just going from my background, where I'm from. I'm from Long Beach. You know what I mean? It's like the blacks and the Samoans. It's like this.
Right.
The blacks and the Hispanics is like this. Like,
this is
like it ain't none.
You know, it's crazy.
And then here y'all, it's like the blacks and the Hispanics supposed to be like this.
Spiritual about that?
That's crazy.
Because the 12 tribes of Israel have always loved the other tribes outside of Israel than we have each other. Like even in Isaiah 11:13, it says the envy of Judah shall depart from Ephraim. Ephraim represents the Latin tribes. Judah represents the black tribes. So even you saying that we're separated, even that's spiritual, because in the Bible, we was warring with each other.
Yeah.
In the Bible, there was times we was at peace, there was times we was at war. And so now even today, there's times when we're at peace, there's times we at war. And then it's prophesied there'll come a time where it gets broken down, where we're not at war. That's what ISUBK does. We come to break down that barrier, because when we come out as Israelites, when we talk to most black people, they be cool with the black part. And then we start saying, well, the Hispanic tribes, they're my people too. The Native Indians, they're my people too. And then now your experience with Latins, your experience with Native Indians, if it's not good, you're going to be like, well, you know where I'm from, it's like this. But if you think about where you're from, it's also like that with your own people.
Most definitely.
So it's not like, and you said Long Beach, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like in Long Beach, all the blacks are together and it's just the Latins that are against each other. It's blacks that ain't together and it's Latins that ain't together.
Right.
And then there's some Latins that might be cool with some black. Like it's not a monolith, so to speak.
Right.
So if I speak to somebody like yourself, I don't want to isolate it when I'm talking to you like it don't exist.
Yeah.
But I don't want to isolate it like that's the only way it exists.
Right.
It exists all different ways. So we try to free the minds of our people, where if I could take a few of them Latin brothers, joining with a few black brothers and get them started together, then there could be a ripple effect where we can get rid of the heel between us.
Gotcha. Man, y'all gotta add the Polynesians and the Asians up in
Hey,
there.
but what's this though? Because you from Long Beach, I'm from LA.
The blacks, Polynesians,
He fighting for the Polynesians.
Asians.
He's fighting for the
We
Polynesians.
all get along with each other, bro. We love each other.
And you can still get along.
Polynesians in Long Beach?
Yeah, that's the Samoans, the Tongans, and all them. The SOS, Tongan for
Do they have
Lives,
anything that's
Fam
just,
Bams.
do they have anything that's just for them? Like, do they do any events that's just for their people?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Right, so it'd be the same. So let's say if you cool with them, but when we do this event, when we have this feast day, when we have this high holy day, when we have these laws and code of conduct, that's
Oh,
for
you
us.
talk about like just for them, like we not invited.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I don't know if they do that.
I know they do that.
I get invited to everything.
No, but the reason I'm saying that is
I'll be up in there doing everything. I'll be doing my haka and everything, man. Woo! Come on, man. I love my people.
but look, this is what I was trying to say is that
How y'all got the little thing with the Mexicans in Long Beach.
Yeah.
In LA, it ain't the same energy.
Right.
In my community where I grew up at,
I
we
get
mess with
along.
the Mexicans.
Yeah.
Them like our best friend. We mess with Mexicans damn near more than majority blacks out there.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, and y'all not too far from us, and we mess with y'all.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on what
Where
part
you at,
that
right.
Like
When
when we
I'm
at
in
the world-
Jersey, where I'm in Jersey, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Haitians, like we don't have that issue. Like we don't have a Latin. Like I mean, you have some issue. I don't want to make it like it's a utopia, happiness. It's not like that. But I grew up with all of them. And just all growing up together. So when people say, man, I don't like them Puerto Ricans, they do that, that's not my experience.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to speak it generally.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it's not so anecdotal, singular.
I don't want the
experience.
world to think that we just don't get along with Mexicans at all.
Right.
Get along.
Yeah,
like it's a lot of good Mexicans. I'm talking about the Mexicans that don't like us.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got a lot of that.
Yeah, no, because I heard when I was when I was going to do the podcast, they was telling me about the names of some of them.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying with that. So and that can be broken down by just having a conversation. Like we would go into
a lot of this
spaces.
stuff is just a conversation.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
When you think about what it takes for any gangs, any sets, any crews, any people that got issues, when they can actually sit down and talk and get rid of the vexation, you'll find out that's all it usually just take.
Right.
It's somebody to just have compassion on another. At some point, we have to realize that how long we gonna unalive each other.
Yeah.
When you think about it, when you have kids, I don't know no good father or mother that wants their kid to grow up in that same volatile environment.
It's a fact.
Because we as
Facts.
kids, I know I didn't want to grow up having a dope fiend for a father.
Yeah. No.
I mean, when you as a kid, you just go up, you playing with your Tonka truck, riding your little bicycle, playing, and you think that's life. And then you find out my daddy don't come around no more for this reason.
Yeah.
So now you lash out because you want your dad there. You lash out because you want your mom there. Let's say if you in volatile environments, you don't grow up wanting to live that way. You adapt to that way.
Right.
There was a study that said the same part of the brain that military vets come home with PTSD and that part of their brain is messed up is the same part of the brain of kids that grow up in broken homes. So we're growing up with the same PTSD that grown up men are coming home with.
Right.
And so you take that mind state, and then now a lot of us got to grow up thinking like adults. Especially in this day and age. At least, I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm old enough to where we didn't have the social media the way it was.
Either.
So we didn't have access.
We didn't either.
Right. So we didn't have access to all the adult conversations that exist.
Yeah.
Like when you was younger, there was actual cartoons on the TV.
Yeah.
There was actually shows catered for kids, whereas now...
And we didn't want to watch the news.
Right, we didn't want to watch
We didn't watch the news.
Right. Now, that 12-year-old kid got the same access to Cardi B that I got. The same access to Aisha Curry that I got.
Right.
The same access to the gun violence and gang violence that I got with the phone.
Everything.
So now kids...
And they send it popularized too.
Right. And so now these kids are giving commentary on stuff that they shouldn't be. Being exposed to a lifestyle that they was never supposed to be exposed to. So now they got to grow up fast.
Right.
So we wasn't supposed to grow up like that. So now if there ain't a organization, if there ain't a school of thought, if there ain't something that can come and give them an alternative way, you will never end that generational curse that we be talking about, which is what I love about ISBK, because we'll go into every environment. Without ISUBK, without Goodall Hall coming somewhere, he don't hear it. You don't hear it.
Yeah.
And so y'all might think y'all way of life is a way that I just supposed to be living forever. Right. Somebody don't come to me. I think my way of life is the way my life's supposed to be forever. There's nobody to come to actually affect change. Yeah. And so we end up just letting the black community steady take the blame for all the violence in America without somebody coming saying, no, we're not the most violent in America and we're salvageable. Like nobody would ever teach that black men, especially black men, because black men have to be destroyed, black women have to be manipulated. That's the way it goes in America. Right. Because if the black man is taught that he ain't shit from 5, why would he ever think he should be somebody? Right. So we come in and we change that.
On that note, you just now said that people think like the black people, like there's no violent and all that type of stuff, right? So I was looking up on you, and you had posted something on your social media page.
Right. Okay, he did some research on me. That's what I like.
I was about to say the same thing on the page. Okay.
Look. I found out you was coming a couple hours before you came. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let me hurry and start doing some research.
Yeah, God, that's what's up.
So you said white people only take up 28% of the United States population, but they're at the top of the charts of these crimes. 55% kidnappings, 56% on rapists, 58% mass shooters, 59% child porn, 62% statutory rapists, 63% prostitution solicitors, 68% of the 1934 National Firearms Act of offenders, and 75% of incest perpetrators.
Ooh. Yeah. That's a post.
You know what's crazy? You say that Donald Trump's spiritual advisor just got arrested for child molestation. How much time he got? 6 months.
And that be the
this
crazy.
Just happened. It's crazy.
But it's a lot of not just Trump people. It's a lot of things that happen like that with them type of cases. You only get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't understand how you could do that to a child that's going to affect them for the rest of their life.
For the rest of their life.
And you get a slap on the wrist. Right. But if you go rob somebody and just take another grown man's jewelry or
25 years.
And he walked away. Right. 25 years.
25 years.
But it's okay for you. Now I'm going to say it's okay, but you only go get a slap on the wrist.
It placates to the nature of the white man. Because the white man is a natural homosexual, natural pedophile. In history, they had this term called pederasty. The Greeks and Romans. Yeah, listen. I'm telling you.
Natural homosexual.
Natural homosexual and a pedophile.
Man, I'm about to get shadow banned.
My bad, brother.
They about to ban my page. This is just conversation.
This is just conversation, y'all.
These are his thoughts.
That's right. Views and opinions are Captain Zariak, and that's it. But listen, so now they had this thing called pederasty. Now this is their history, Greeks and Romans. They would take that young white male, young white boy, that would be the lover of the older white male. Until they got about 16 or 17. Then they would get rid of him and just get another one. That's the way. Like that 300 with the Romans, that's them, because they believed that they fought harder if their lover was on the battlefield with them.
Hold on, so all them on the battlefield was lovers?
Yeah.
300, the movie?
Yeah.
Come on, don't do that to me, man.
The Greeks and Romans.
Yeah, that's part of their culture.
Pederasty. P-E-D.
That's my movie.
A-R-A-S-T-Y. Oh, the movie fire.
No,
listen,
that's
I like sport. I like the
that's
sport
my type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's my type of movies. But just know them. Listen, you see Game of Thrones? There's not a old white movie you'll watch that there's not some type of homosexuality in it. I give you off top, but on top. The movie True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know if you ever see that. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bill Pullman are riding in the car describing Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife. Bill Pullman is sleeping with Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife, but Arnold Schwarzenegger don't know it. So Bill Pullman is describing his wife to him, and he said she got an ass like a 12-year-old boy in the movie.
That's deep.
That's a white man.
I ain't seen that movie, but that's deep.
Yeah, I ain't seen that.
But when you come with them crime stats, the reason why I put them crime stats is because the attack on black people is to make it seem like we're violent. So they'll say something like we're 13% of the population, but we 55% of the crime. And so in your mind, you'll think 55% of all black people are violent. It's 49 million black people that exist in America. They say that we've committed, I think, maybe 6,000 murders. So even if, let's say, we committed that 6,000, right? So let's give it a total of 18,000 in total. Because let's say if they unalive more than one person. It's still 49 million black people. So that's still 48 million some odd people that are citizens that don't commit it. So now when you look at it from that perspective, yes, do we have to stop the violent crime? Of course, we don't want nobody to lose their life unjustly. But when they paint this narrative that we're criminals, it just don't line up.
Right.
Now when you start adding in, we're also the most exonerated people in America of crimes we did not commit. So even if you say 6,000, when they put out that number 6,000, that's not convictions. That's just arrests. So even when you look at them FBI numbers, that's all just arrests. That's not convictions.
Oh, okay.
And the heavy part about it being arrests and not convictions, we're the most targeted, profiled, falsely arrested people. So damn near half of them numbers of arrests you can't even count because we're getting exonerated at the highest amount per capita. Yeah. Now, when you start getting into those numbers, them the numbers they don't want to talk about because they just want to focus on the violence. They don't want to just focus on crime. When we just talk about crime, that white man is a diabolical monster when it comes to crime. There's nobody that commits more crime. The main cat, Charlie Kirk, was the face of talking about black on black crime. And he said that a white man is more likely to be unalived by a black person than a white person, yet it's a white man that unalived him while he was in the whitest state at the whitest college talking about mass shootings and got shot and unalived by a white man. He didn't get shot by a black person.
Right.
And real quick, when right before he got shot, he actually started talking about gangbangers.
Yeah, he tried to throw gangbangers.
Yeah, he tried to
when they talk about mass shootings, right?
Yeah, he tried to throw gangbangers right in there like seconds before he got killed.
I don't want nobody to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, we don't either.
But
sure,
the things he was saying about black people when it came to like, if I got on a flight and I seen a black pilot,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, does they meet the standard, the criteria to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does he qualify to be a pilot?
You know
like,
the crazy part about the pilot?
Why does that second guess you just because he black? You know what I mean?
And the crazy part, it's only 3% of black pilots, which means that all of these crashes is by white people. So you really should be looking for more niggas to fly the plane.
Hey, that's a fact though. Like when you think about it though,
that means
as a person get on the plane, as a person get on the plane.
Because if a white person get on the plane, it's the white pilot. It's up in the air if it's gonna crash.
Oh my God!
If it's only 3% of black people.
If we going off the numbers.
If you going out the numbers, I feel you.
And I was telling these sellout coons that was on I was doing this podcast with these brothers. I hate sellout niggas. And I'm telling them, like, if you see that black ace, you be like, man, high five. But historically, when the Tuskegee Airmen, when they let them fly the plane, they was doing bomber escorts during World War II, I believe. Never lost a plane on an escort. But white people did.
That's facts. I know that one.
And we never lost. That means that every plane that black people escorted was able to fly, drop their bombs, and then fly back safely.
Right.
So that means y'all need more black airplane pilots. It sounds like what y'all need to me. Because 3% ain't enough. They need to get that quota up.
Right. I wanted to tell you, dude, I want to give you your flowers, man. You are a great debater, bro.
Most high crap.
You know what I mean? Like I said, when I was doing my research, let me see what's going on here. So I know you debated against a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
But
I'm the loaded Lux.
The one that really got me was you versus Michael Jones.
Okay.
The white guy.
Oh, the white, yeah. That's when I did the dance. I did the dance on it.
That was a real good debate.
Yeah.
Y'all talked about verses. It was in the Bible. It was Samuel and it was Chronicles.
Okay, right. Oh, it was Satan.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Can you tell me that again? Do you?
So the debate that we was having was, is Jesus the Most High God?
Yeah.
And so Christians do believe that Jesus is God.
Right.
Because Christ, of course, did phenomenal works. And so they believe that only God could do that.
Right.
And so what I did was, in Chronicles, there's a verse that says, the Lord provoked David to number the people. And then another verse telling the same story, it says Satan did it. So then I asked Mike, was Satan God? And the reason why I asked him,
because it said he was the Lord in the
right,
other one.
and
but
in one verse,
the same situation,
it says
Satan.
it was Satan. And what's important about that is because that teaches us a great lesson. Because people believe that Satan is under the ground somewhere with a pitchfork that's going to stab you to death when you die, and they can never fathom that Satan works for the Most High.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that he could be called the Most High and the angel has the same power as him to rebel against him.
Right.
Like, God would just destroy him. Yeah. But if that angel works for him, now that's a change our thought process. So now when you're getting tempted with evil, first of all, that evil is within you. And are you going to listen to that voice, or are you going to listen to the angel that tells you not to do it? So the reason why I presented that to Mike, because I wanted to see if Mike was going to call Satan the Most High. Yeah. And if Mike don't call Satan the Most High, then if Satan is not the Most High, which he's not, then Jesus is also not the Most High. But when I asked him that, the indoctrination, of course he's not.
You caught him in the pickle. If he said no, either way, he was caught up.
Yeah, because the verse is saying the
That's
Lord.
why I said you were a good debater.
Another verse said,
you did that, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cold.
It was cold.
Yeah, that was cold.
The thing I love about this, right, the debates, mind you, this is just thoughts from the day, because this is my first time ever seeing a debate like that today.
That's what's
right?
up.
So I just started doing my research.
Listen, and you got to do that. Even with the guy Mike, I did research, because if you don't research, you can't just go in anywhere. Right. And just think it's gonna be magic or some shit. You got to do research. So I appreciate you looking at it.
Because like Mike, I could see he knew his stuff too.
Right.
Right. So what I liked about it is, when I was coming up, most of us when we was coming up, you ain't got no choice. If your mama is a Christian, granny and all them, you going to the Christian church.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what you gotta be.
Muslim, Buddhist, whatever religion, you feel me? But for the people who don't know, or the people that already is a Christian or whatever the religion that is, they could watch a debate and they could choose spectator to see what they like, what they dislike, and they could actually choose instead of you pulling me to the side and be like, hey, yo, you want to be a black Israelite? Right. Or he pulling me to the side and say, you want to be a Muslim? You know what I mean? I could sit there and watch the debate and understand from both sides and see what's going on and choose what I want my last stop to be. You know what I'm saying?
And that's crazy that you say that, right? Because I watched this brother from prison before I was an Israelite, anything, right? I watched him. I was watching you debate Polite.
Okay.
And that's how I really got put up on the school and everything. So I was in prison and it came across my feed and I watched it. And I grew up the same way like you. I grew up a Christian by force, you know. And I never questioned too much of nothing, but I also never read the Bible myself to even know what was real, what wasn't.
Right.
So as I'm watching this brother debate and I'm listening to, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And as they going back and forth, I'm like, I didn't know that was in the Bible. Now I'm questioning things like, damn. And then I called moms and, hey, moms, did you know off your debates? I'm writing down notes. And she like, no, that ain't in the Bible. I'm like, yes, I already looked it up. It is. You can't argue me on this.
Like, I looked this up already. Right.
So now I'm getting all this information. And it's like, damn. And then it made me realize, like, how much we really don't know as black people. We kind of like just go along. Like, you know how they say, go along to get along? That'd be our spirit. You know, we be like, oh, well, my mama a Christian. Even full-fledged gang man, you'd be like, oh man, I'm a Christian. It's like, yeah, I thought you was like Crip or Blood. You full-fledged. But we don't read the Bible. We just go, because that's our family identification. We identify with it, but we really don't know. So it's very important to read it and watch them debates. Yeah. Because you can learn something.
I'm up on it now, though.
And that's part of the reason, like, I debate, like he'll tell you, I'll debate, it don't matter. Like, I had to have my general kind of show me what debates to take, what debates not to take. Because I'll debate all day. But now you got to think about, what do you gain, so I don't entertain everybody as much.
Right, of course.
Because I done built up a good enough reputation where I shouldn't have to
They bring some value down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But debates, we love contention. You know what I mean? Like, what I mean by contention, when you see a battle, like you said, and then you could pick and choose based on the battle, you can hear each side argue their positions, challenge them. Like, if I just came out here and just preached to you, like you said, you don't have nothing from nobody from the other side. And let's say if you're not as skilled on the topic, so you don't know how to counter me, but you want to counter me, but you don't know what to ask, the person I'm debating is going to ask all them questions that you would want. Oh, yeah. What are you going to say about this one? Okay, what are you going to say? Damn, he getting them on that too.
That's how I was looking.
Really, like,
that's
damn,
exactly how I was looking.
Damn, he getting them on that too.
Right.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
The shit is entertaining, bro.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Especially that outside shit, like face to face.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's like, you debating face to face, you outside, you got your crowd behind you. It's like a rap battle.
Yeah,
you got your crowd behind him.
Yeah,
I was looking,
it's like a rap battle.
You say something, all your people,
they was like, that's doing all that screaming.
His people go, I'm like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's entertaining and I'm learning. You feel me? Oh my God, I'm like, let me see. Dang, Tazari, I can't. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay. I love this right here. Like, that's cool.
Good entertainment when it's educational.
Yeah, I love that type of stuff. You feel me? I'm a learner. That's why, like, when you talking, you feel me? I ain't one of them podcaster, interviewer that's sitting here talking over you. Like, you talk, I'll let you talk for 5 minutes straight. I'm just listening.
And that's
I'm
good.
soaking everything in. You know what I mean?
That's dope. And that's what I always say, like I was saying earlier, like, I listen to battle rap before I actual battle because that's kind of like the arena you in. Like, battle rap, they don't get a lot of credit. Them is some of the smartest niggas on the planet. If you think about it like this, they gotta have 3 rounds memorized.
Yeah.
Right?
Top of the head.
Off the head. So they writing it all. They gotta have them 3 rounds memorized. They gotta say their whole first round knowing that end. Hear the other person talk. They got to deal with heckling and booing from the crowd. They cannot slip up one time. And they got to do that for 3 rounds off of memory. Some of them brothers can freestyle. Some of them brothers can rebuttal. They screaming. They got to repeat it, rehearse it, all of that. And so that they are like,
and you got to control your breathing.
You got to and you got to control your emotions.
Yeah.
More importantly.
Because
that's the most
part. They about to talk about your mama, dead or alive.
Yeah.
Your kids, dead or alive.
Yeah.
They got guns never invented. My gun's so big, it do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's drug. It's all type of talk. Everything, you gotta pay attention to the metaphors. Listen, they got movie analogies, video game analogies, basketball analogies. All of that, like their imagination is off the chain.
It's crazy.
And so I'll watch them and I'll be listening. So like I like the Lux, the Surf, the Geechees, the Nitties. I like all of them.
Yeah.
And they're my inspiration. So when I go out and
shout out Geechee.
Shout out Geechee. He about to be on GP. Shout out Geechee.
Yeah, shout out Geechee, man.
Listen, I was at the battle, so B-Dot is one of my favorites too. Like I met him. It's crazy because he was somebody that Polite used to rock with. Yeah. And I remember Polite started getting them charges and being scammers. And so the first time I met B-Dot, I remember B-Dot asked me, say, hey man, how do I get away from being connected to Polite? Because battle rappers would bring up the Polite connection. Yeah. So we built up a brotherhood. So he was battling A-Ward and Loso. It was B-Dot and Geechee versus A-Ward and Loso. And he was flying into Newark. And I'm in the house. He called me like, it had to be like maybe like 8 o'clock at night. He was like, yo, my ride jammed me up. You from Jersey, right? I said, yeah. He said, I'm at Newark Airport. Can you pick me up? So I picked him up from Newark Airport, drove him down maybe like an hour and a half away. Now, he was getting in at 5 in the morning, so I had to get up early. I got up, I brought him, I come back home. He was like, yo, if you want to come back to the battle, you can come back to the battle. That's how I met Geechee. So I actually went down to the battle, and if you watch that battle, you'll see me in the background. I got my Israelite jacket on and the whole nine, and Geechee is a savage. Yeah, man. Like a savage. Crazy, like he's like one of the top. Like he's in my top. Yeah, he dope. As far as, being one of the battlers. Sure. But they're my inspiration. Like I think about all of them, so I'll watch one of their battles before I go battle this cat, because their emotions is in check, their rebuttal is in check, and you got to pay attention to what the other person say.
Right.
So you can say they played a part into how I debate, just as much as the Most High did, just as much as my generals did. All of that plays a part in how I debate.
And I love the way, like, with you and battle rap, y'all gotta be quick on your feet. You gotta, you gotta like just like in freestyling, you feel me? They gotta be able to pivot,
right?
Because you could have something in your toolbox to rap about, but then they say something about you, and you probably gotta freestyle to give an answer to that. You feel me? And it gotta be dope.
Yeah,
just like with you.
Yeah,
they saying something to you, and they ask you. Show the Bible verse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you gotta know that off the dome.
And you gotta know it. I'm like, oh, they know their shit.
And this is another good one to go watch with Captain Tazoriak and God Logic.
Right. That's
I think y'all went like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
without,
2 rounds.
Without neither one of y'all Bible looking at the Bible.
Yeah, we didn't even look at the Bible.
They debated for 45 minutes. And they pulling scriptures, and not one of them had to go pull get the Bible to get a verse. That was amazing right there.
When the battle with you and Michael Jones, when it first came on, whoever the judge was, the guy that was talking in the middle, he's like, yeah. In the beginning, before y'all start debating, he said, I'm gonna let you guys know, I'm gonna give y'all a 30-minute warning. I said, damn. 30 minutes? How long this shit about to be? 30 they about to debate on this for 30 minutes. Yeah. And that's a 30-minute warning. Like, 30-minute it's going to keep going after that, too. I'm like, damn.
So we had to do that for an hour.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, we had to do that shit for an hour. If you watch it, right, at about, I think, like the 55-minute mark, there was a part where I asked Michael Jones was the Most High from David. And Mike says yes. And when you look at the guy in the middle's face, he like, because he's a Christian. He's like, why did he say that?
I seen that too.
You see his whole face is like, damn, why did he say that? And I'm like, damn, I got his ass.
Got him.
I got his ass. Man, I love debate. Like, debating is like the best thing to do. And that's in the Bible. Like, when Christ was dealing with the Sadducees and Pharisees, it was debating.
Right.
When the prophets is dealing with debating. Because if you think your belief is legit, let's challenge it.
Defend it.
You defend it. You should be able to defend whatever you believe in. You should be able to defend it. You shouldn't die over it. You know what I mean? So I don't believe, like when you were talking about Charlie earlier, I don't think Charlie should have died because of what he said.
Right, yeah.
If that's the case, then people should say I should die for what I say. Nobody should die.
It's supposed to be freedom of speech.
Right.
Freedom of speech.
And if you think about it, and you know what's crazy? These white boys tried to crash this HBCU in Tennessee.
I seen on your page
too.
You know what I'm saying? And when they did that, you know what was amazing about that? You know what's crazy? Them white boys made it home safe.
White supremacists and HBCU, black men, women peacefully executed
with no violence.
Come on, man! I did my research, man. I got you, man.
I'm sitting on your page.
Yeah, come on, man. I got it written down.
You know what that mean? Charlie would still be here if he went to black colleges.
Wow.
He's only not here because he went to white colleges.
Wow.
And that's how murderers, when they be trying to paint this image of black people being murderous, and I'm not, listen, every race of people commits crime. Nobody's innocent from crime. So if I got up here and say black people don't commit no crime, I'd be a bitch ass nigga. Like, cause that, why would I say something like that?
Right.
But when they paint the picture like black people are the most violent and they doing all of this, you know, since Charlie Kirk got killed, it was a school shooting of a 16-year-old kid that same day. It's been multiple shootings. White people shooting police officers. They burning down churches. They burning down houses, shooting up everybody. But nobody talks about that shit. If that was reversed and that was black people doing all that killing, that's why we need the National Guard here. That's why we need the National Guard there, because black people are so violent. No, the white man is violent by nature. That's his solution to everything. He can't solve a problem, bullets solve it.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Right. That's deep. What I also like about y'all is y'all still got your good personalities, man. You know what I mean? You're not just soldier like strict, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going through your page, I see you posted some funny stuff in your page. One of the things you posted on your page was dude, they was at a party. And he introduced his partner to this boy named Rodney. And he was like, yeah, Rodney told me, like, yeah, you know, I'm a trans man. And he was like, what you mean you a trans man? And he was like, you know, I'm a woman. Like, I just look like a man. Like,
right.
So he said, you know what I'm saying, party go on, they're getting drunk or whatever. And then he go in a room with Rodney and started tearing Rodney down.
Yeah. And he kept using Rodney's name. Say it.
Yeah. He said he kept tearing Rodney down, like, and his boys bust the room
In the
off.
moment he said Rodney.
Yeah. He said, man, I'm in there tearing Rodney down.
That's how he
and
said
the boys
it.
bust in the room like, hey, man, you gay, with the cameras out.
Right.
And he said, man, how am I gay? People, am I gay? Rodney, this is a vagina.
Right.
This ain't no man, this is a vagina. And then your
That's
face,
crazy work.
you ain't say, you just... You showed your face and you like, man. So I want to know, since you didn't say that, what was your thoughts on that, man? Come on, man.
Okay, technically, you can't call it gay because it is a woman.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess, sleeping with like a butch type of lesbian.
Yeah.
But the reason why it's suspect to me, number one, you kept calling the nigga Rodney. Even me saying nigga Rodney because he's saying Rodney. Number two, it had to look like a man when you was talking to it.
Right.
So that means you had some attraction to a man, to whereas, what was the whole reason for even trying to, I would have never went to the trickle down effect of wanting to get to understand that this is a woman.
Right.
So my mindset is, if this sitting down next to me is a man, I'm not trying to figure it out. Like, what made him want to dissect it? And wait, and the beginning part was, he was horny as hell because it wasn't nothing else was hitting on shit. And I guess he figured I'm gonna hit on this. So that's why the shit's suspect to me.
That nigga was suspect on some real freaky shit.
Right.
So
he was just trying to get his issue off.
So us talk about the freaky shit, man. What's up with your boy Gorilla Hebrew? You see how I set that up? You see how I lined it up?
Yeah, you lined that up.
You see how I lined it up?
You
the
lined
freaky
that up
shit. Now
good.
we talking about the really Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? I used to be your boy, right?
Yeah.
Y'all was cool, right?
Yeah, we was cool.
So what made you, I know his woman put it out about him getting pegged and stuff, right? And she told his boy, and then his boy, instead of telling him, he went out to the internet, right? So with that being, used to be your boy, y'all still cool or no? Okay, with him being...
But not really from my side.
Yeah.
But I understand why he's not cool with me.
Right, okay. So with that, like, y'all used to being cool and everything, what made you speak about that situation when it first came
I'm gonna tell you, like, it was probably from a based on the relationship him and I had, it was the hardest thing to do. Just based on the relationship. Now to the outside world, they'll probably say, nah, Cap is capping because of how vehement, how I talked about it. But the reason why I talked about it the way that I did, because I knew if I didn't, they would look at me as a hypocrite. They would look at me as somebody hiding it, because when it's been pastors, when it was Polite, like Polite is in jail for sexually assaulting an underage girl. When that came out, I was on it.
Who's Polite?
Polite, oh, okay. Brother Polite, I'm actually glad you don't know the nigga. So Brother Polite is
I don't know. I know you.
Okay. And Gorilla Hebrew.
Gadar.
Right, perfect.
Right. And I forgot his name. Akkad, the guy I met today.
Perfect.
That's all I know.
So now Brother Polite is a cat that came up in the conscious community. I mean, they called him the phenom because he was somebody that mesmerized black people. And he was coming from like a Kemet background or Egypt type of teaching, the black woman is God type of teaching. And he was doing debates like I was doing debates. And he was like the creme de la creme of debates.
Right.
Like up until him and I debated, everybody that he was debating, he was smashing. And no matter what he said, he was like the king of it. And he was from New York. They used to call it the Brooklyn Magic, right? And so he comes in front of my camp. Captain Ty Ward lets me debate him. We debate back and forth. That really put me, you could say debating him put me into the space that I'm in now. Not saying I wouldn't have got there, but there's always that one debate that took you to another level. That was me with him when I debated him.
Yeah.
And so as I'm debating him, what's crazy is he comes from this group called the Nuwabians, and their leader is also in jail for child molestation. Child molestation, sexual assault, XYZ like that. That's where he comes from, which is crazy that he doing the same thing that their leader was doing.
Right.
And so as we battle back and forth, you know, I used to call him like pedophile. He used to get mad at the shit. It was a video I'm gonna send you called Cross the Line where he tried to fight one of my brothers. So me and him is debating back and forth. They wanted to challenge one of my brothers, Captain Kataza. So I finally let him debate him. And when I give Kataza the mic, Polite says, "Oh, he's sonning you, like I'm Kataza's father." So Kataza was so cold with this shit. He said, "If you want to call him my spiritual father, that's cool. Your spiritual father's a child molester," referencing the cat that's in jail for child molestation.
Yeah.
So then Polite acts like he wants to fight. Now me and Polite is cool. So when he getting all emotional, I didn't say nothing at first. I'm just standing there, and they going back and forth. And then it got to a point where, in my head, I'm like, if I don't say something, they gonna say this nigga bitched my camp. Because they going at it. He like, let's fight, let's bang, let's do all of this shit. So then I punked the shit out of Polite. I'm like, if you gonna cross the rope, either we gonna fight or we not. And so I punk him and shit. The nigga ain't never come in front of a camp after that day. Ran him off the block. He ends up going to jail. So he gets arrested in 2020. He gets arrested for, they called it graping. I'm saying graping for YouTube. So he gets arrested for graping. Semen is on the girl. So when that happens, I'm going at him too. So anytime somebody does something wrong like that, you have to condemn it. That's what Israelites is known for. So now with Guerrilla Hebrew, I wake up one morning, somebody sends me a video. I see the video, it's his homie, so I don't know what the video is about. As I'm watching it, and the more I'm listening to it, and he's showing the text message proof, I'm like, God damn. And then my phone start blowing up. My phone start blowing up because now everybody is like, you know, what you gonna say? Yo, is this true? You see this, the text messages, you see this. So I text Guerrilla Hebrew, and I'm like, yo, what's up with the messages? So he tried to say it wasn't true, and I'm like, hey, you gotta address it. I said, you have to address it. So the first thing he tried to say is it's not true. So I do a live stream. I haven't said he's guilty or not, but I'm addressing it because everybody is looking for some response from me. So my initial thing is like, unless this is AI, like unless he come out and say this is AI and this is him, of course we'll condemn it.
Right.
So then he puts out a video admitting that it's all true. And then now once he admit that it's true, it's even worse to me because I'm like, damn. Because like now we've only hung out one time. Like I know him, but we only hung out one time.
Gotcha.
We actually had issues between my organization and his, and I actually had invited him to our school. We had pieced it up, so to speak. So we didn't have no more issues. And so once he admit that the text message is there, now the next live stream I give, I'm now condemning it because that's what we're supposed to do. So now it's like a watch and observance. And so maybe like 2 weeks later, in the middle of that 2 weeks, I told him, I said, if he wanted counsel, we could counsel him. I talked to my general about it. My general said he would do it, but we had to wait and see if he was going to do the things he said. Like, man, he can't, not the counselor part, before we would counsel him.
No. What you mean counsel him?
Oh, counsel him, like, help him deal with his mental issues. There's obviously something mentally wrong with the nigga to get fucked by his woman. There's something got to be off. Right? Yeah. So in the middle of so we're gonna wait and see. He said he ain't gonna be on the internet like that no more. By his own admission, that's what he said. Yeah. So we waiting to see if that's the case. I'm in some back chat that they got. I see him put out a post like a week or so later. Yo, should I go live again? And the fact once he said that, it pissed me off because it's like, okay, you sorry, but you still going back out there? And just a quick backdrop. Like a year or two prior to that, we have what's called the Lord's Passover. The Passover is like a feast day. You ever seen where the children of Israel came out of Egypt? They have a Passover. Passover is a feast day celebrating coming out of Egypt. Okay. You're supposed to celebrate that. Every Israelite's supposed to celebrate that every year. They do a Passover in their organization. They bring hoes. They got strippers in their Passover, which was another big thing. So now it begins to be a pattern with him, where he dealing with strippers. Now he getting banged in his ass. So now his whole character is being revealed. And the other heavy part, and this is why, if anybody want to know why we waited on the council, he had some other elders in Israel, brother by the name of Barak from House of David. When they had the strippers at the Passover, they told him, hey brother, you need to sit down for a time so we can work with you on how to be a better leader, how to be a better this. He left them. So that means he rejected that counsel. So when brothers tried to help him, he didn't want the help that required him not be this persona. Like the persona was more important to him than actually being a man of God. So when he decided to do that, now I have to talk about it more for twofold. Not just the wickedness, but all the people that looked at him as somebody. Like he's a nobody now. But imagine, like you said, when you said you lean to the side and I say you want to be an Israelite, I convince you to be an Israelite. You change your whole life based on what I taught you. Everything that you do is because of what I taught you. And then you find, well, now I want to put myself, somebody taught you. And then you find out that somebody's getting banged in his ass. That's why I don't want to be a part of that. You find out that the man that you listen to is letting women, not one woman, but women bend him over and bang him in his ass with a fake penis.
It just sounds crazy, huh?
I didn't expect him to say that at that time. Yeah, I got you.
That would destroy your whole thought process because he's supposed to be a man of God.
Yeah.
So a man of God is letting a woman bend him over. That would destroy your whole thought process, what you believed in. And that's what was coming to me. Like a lot of people don't have the lens that I got. The lens that is coming from me is different sisters, different brothers, people from that group. It's all coming to me like, Cap, like, what do I do now? I don't even want to believe in the Most High. All because he did that to them. Yeah. So now because he did that to them, I have to make sure that men like that don't have a voice. Right. So the more, like, I've spoken, this is the first time, so I spoke about this Saturday on Viral's platform, I'm speaking about on yours. But after the whack incident, I kind of stopped talking about it. It wasn't necessary for me to talk about it. So the only reason I'm talking about it now is because you asking and it deserves to be answered. But that has to be condemned to where he don't have a voice no more. And now because the Israelite community won't accept him being the priest, he said we ain't Israelites no more. He said he ain't a part of the Israelite community. He went back to Crippen. Meaning he said he's about God and Gumby now, which is diabolical to me because, and this ain't no disrespect to any sect or anything like that, but you cannot be an Israelite and a gang member. No more than I can be an Israelite and a Christian, an Israelite and a Muslim, an Israelite and an atheist. Right, you got to choose one. You either an Israelite or you're this. You're either this or you're an Israelite. There ain't no middle ground. God said in the book of Revelations, he hates lukewarm. He either prefer if you're hot for him or cold on him. When you play in the middle, he said he'll spew you out. Yeah. So when it comes to that brother, and poor brother, I mean, hopefully he not doing that no more. And then people say, well, he repented from that. Well, how can I believe he repented from that when he didn't repent from being in the game? So I can't take his word for it. So as long as he tries to have a voice out there, is as long as I would be against it. Like if, let's say if a pastor, I'll be against a pastor. So it's the same. I don't look at it as any different. But the closeness, because people knew he was cool, that's why people feel like, well, Cap, why did you do that? And it was hard for me to do it, but I'm going to do it because I would expect, if it comes out that I did what he did, I would expect this is what comes with it.
You're just holding him accountable.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You should expect me to hold you accountable. If I don't, you should look at me sideways like, what is he doing?
And then on top of that, you already tried to hold him accountable and counsel him before it went public.
Right. Not me personally, but Israelites try to do it. There was brothers that came to him and said, hey man, you should do it this way. And instead of him listening, he rejected it.
So I got a question. So when, like you said, you stepped down for a second to get counseled and everything, right? When you step down to get counseled, do you come back and have your same position?
No, not with that act, because that's not. You wasn't drunk one night.
Is there an act though that you can't get counsel, and when you done counseling, you come back to your position?
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's say if somebody might have a struggle with alcohol, that's something. It's alcohol. We can get you off that alcohol. When you talk about sexual deviancy, because it takes place in the bedroom, how will we ever know that you actually recovered from that? Even if we giving you the help, we would never know. Right. So for an egregious act like that, you can't come back and sit in that seat. You could be a brother. Right. You could be a brother that come to class. You could be a brother that come around. But to be a priest and prophet of the Most High, you gave up that job. Right. Once you became a sodomite. He's a sodomite.
So, with all this being said, Black Israelites is a non-gay movement, correct?
Facts. Absolutely. God is a non-gay movement.
Right. Right. So, with that being said, do you guys do business with anybody that's gay?
I wouldn't know. Like,
if they was out, if you knew they was gay.
If I knew they was gay, so again, I got my business, right? So I sell oils, body butters, and stuff like that. So if I go into a business and that person is gay, would I buy stuff from them?
No.
What do you mean by
not
business?
like that? Because you never know if they gay.
Right.
Like
that's
that.
what I was going to say.
What I'm saying is, okay, let's say you was looking for investors. Yeah. Yeah.
Flamboyant.
Yeah.
Right?
If I
was looking for investors in my
business, and they want to do this, that, and he came and said, "Hey, look, I got this for you right here. I got you. Good dude or a good woman." You know what I'm saying? So whether it's a gay man or a lesbian woman.
I couldn't do it.
Neither one.
Nah, not an investor in my company. Because now, imagine me as an Israelite out there promoting Carl Gas Creations. If that person invests, you know what they're going to do, right? They're going to promote the business too. And then now I got Chauncey promoting Carl Gas Creations. And my Israelite people are going to say, "Hey, you got Chauncey promoting."
Chauncey be like, "Hey, yeah. Me and Daddy."
No, for real. Hey, that's what it come with, the promotion, the picture taking.
A lot of people don't understand this, right? Cause like I'm not homophobic at all, right?
Well, I ain't afraid of homos either.
Yeah,
that's what homophobic is.
Yeah, I got gay family members and all that shit, right?
I got gay family members, just for the record.
Yeah, I got some brothers and all that. Yeah, so with that being said, I could comfortably function with my family members and all that type of shit, right? And I got homeboys that I know from back in the day that's gay, right? And it wasn't like they was ever like my everyday homeboys we chilling. It was like a homeboy that like, just say we hanging out, you feel me? Right. And we at the house, and your brother gay, your nephew gay, you feel me? They be around the house sometime too. It's like, oh, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, keep it going. Like, sometimes you do have a conversation, you feel me? But we know, and they know that it ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you go into a business with a gay person, especially when you're in the public's eye, you feel me? It don't have to be gay. It could be white supremacists. It could be whatever the case may be. Whatever doesn't align with your calling, what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Gonna call you into question.
They gonna call you into question. That's the hard part about it.
Yeah, you would be a sellout.
And that's the dangerous thing about doing certain stuff. You know what I mean? Because they could. The moment y'all fall out, oh yeah, I been fucking him.
Yeah, and it can go there.
That's why that's why
the thing we're getting.
And that's what you try to avoid.
And you can't really win. I'll give it right to you. You can't win. You're not gonna win that battle.
You can't.
You're not gonna win an argument with that gay man that you get business with and fall out, and he starts saying all of that.
Y'all fall out. You say, "I beat his ass." Guess what? You don't even get no credit for it.
No, you don't.
You beat a gay person ass.
Chingy.
But all he gotta do is say,
Chingy story, right?
I was knocking him down. The whole world gonna believe it. Even if they don't believe it's true, that's gonna be the biggest thing pumped on the internet
for your life.
That's fucked up.
And Chingy is the perfect example of that. Because remember, he had the little gay dude come out and say that they did something. Then years later, it came out that it wasn't true.
Yeah.
But he was associated with that so long, and still to this day, that he even said, he said it destroyed my career, and I still can't shake it.
They still gonna bring it up.
Chingy's career got stopped.
Yeah, after that.
When Sydney Starr,
that's what I'm talking about. Sydney Starr.
That's what I'm saying. Sydney Starr, that gay nigga, lies and say him and Chingy slept together. Nobody wanted to mess with Chingy no more.
Nobody. Still to this day, he said it affect his life.
And then she came out later and said, he came out later and said he lied. That's diabolical.
It's crazy, right? All because
crazy.
Chingy really
That's
didn't want to mess with
That's DP worthy right there.
Right?
Real talk. But he might be happy.
And that's why you can't preach it like that.
Hey,
that's
he
why.
was like, come on, DP. Who? Y'all three? Come on.
And real quick, I wanted to ask you about Curry, Aisha Curry.
Yeah.
I wanted to know if you seen that.
Listen, man, Aisha Curry.
I haven't seen it, but he was enlightening me on a few things about it, but I haven't actually seen it.
Aisha Curry is completely jealous of Steph Curry. That's the best way to explain it. Aisha Curry said that let me see, Steph Curry's wife is facing backlash because she's saying she never wanted kids and she had her own career goals and her husband does not understand her. Do y'all know who Aisha Curry is?
Yeah, Steph Curry's wife. The basketball
What comes
player.
with that? Like what? Wait, he's like a four-time champion.
4-time.
Yeah.
4-time champion.
Right.
Best three-point shooter of all time.
Best three-point shooter of all time. Probably one of the most recognizable faces in the NBA.
Millions of dollars, world-renowned, known. And that's what Aisha is carrying. You know what Aisha is saying?
She don't like being in his shadow.
She would rather him be the general manager or manager at Walmart and she be three-point shooter. She should be in the WNBA. Then
She
she'd
should
be
have lived
happy.
through her goals.
So they switch roles, basically, in a sense.
Now they've been together since high school. Then the crazy part about it, if she didn't want to get married, why should she get married?
That's the fact.
If she didn't want kids, why was she having sex with him? Steph wasn't holding her hostage.
Right.
She had the free range to leave when she wanted to. But you know what? She wasn't stupid.
No, she wasn't.
She knew he was going to make that money. She knew he was going to be something. She just thought that she would be something too, like you were saying. Like she thought that she might be able to be something too. You know, when I hear this
She's
story,
not happy with being just Steph Curry's wife.
Yeah, you know when I hear this story,
just happy with that.
Savannah is the bomb.
I don't know them, but I love Savannah. I love the way they move.
Yeah, that's LeBron's wife.
I love the way they
She's
move.
amazing.
Listen, LeBron.
She's amazing.
LeBron is argued. Well, he's number one in my book.
Mine's as well. Let's just put that on the record.
But we ain't got to argue that today.
Yeah.
When I say number one, greatest of all time.
That's what I mean.
My book.
Oh, that's
Jordan,
three of us
Kobe,
there.
over everybody.
That's what I'm talking about. Bro, I've never been in a room with three people saying LeBron. Let's go. LeBron is the GOAT.
Hey, when I seen this, I said, "Oh, it's gonna be trouble."
No. LeBron is the GOAT.
When I said it, I said, damn, one of them gonna be Michael Jordan or somebody.
Yeah,
Kobe.
nah,
But that's
man.
good. Okay.
I'm Bron.
But
I'm
now,
Bron, man.
Let's think about LeBron been in the spotlight. The only high school player I know who they was playing him on ESPN. That's how good he was, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He gets with Savannah James in high school. They've been together. You don't hear nothing from Savannah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You don't
hear nothing
hear
from
it.
LeBron.
You don't see her or hear
And you
her.
know what that means? Savannah loves LeBron.
Come on, man.
Yeah, she's
Savannah
amazing
loves
wife.
LeBron. Savannah knows her position. She sat in that position. She's perfect in that position. Aisha has hated Steph Curry since they've been together.
Right.
Even though, and
I don't even think that. I think she probably started feeling some type of way once he
As he start elevating.
took off.
Right. She
And
probably
once
think
he
he was
took
gonna
off,
be Steph
and now
today.
it's just I'm just his wife.
Right.
That's,
Because they
listen,
used
man,
to talk good about her though.
we all know of
You know what I
women
mean? She
that
carried
have
herself
been-
like a woman.
Right.
Always was covered up.
Right.
Didn't look like a hood rat, hoochie mama, nothing like
Right.
that.
But then
You
she
know what I
started
mean?
wanting
But
attention.
now she started.
Then she started doing
starting
that.
to do her little own thing. With
Let me
her
tell
cooking
you,
book.
women
Now she
play
started-
roles.
No.
Women will play role. Women will be with men they don't like because they, women be so emotional, and I don't think they give a damn about their bodies, so they'll have sex with anything.
Right.
Women will.
Yeah.
I know they like to make it seem like men will. Women will if they got a goal.
Of course.
Right. If they got a goal in mind.
Absolutely.
And so
It ain't got to
Aisha-
be a goal in mind. It could just be an emotion in mind.
Yeah, mainly emotion.
And that's right.
Emotion.
Right.
I'm
exactly.
mad.
And that's
I'm
why I
mad.
think that Aisha,
All they got to do is be mad.
Aisha hated or was jealous because I think she got with Steph thinking that if I can't get my goal right now, he'll be my catalyst to get my goal. So I'm gonna use him. But the more elevated Steph got, the less she can get to her goals, and so the more hatred comes from. So this is Jada in the making. The only thing is she can't really dog like Steph is a good dude, and that's the bad part about it. Yeah, because Steph ain't a slime ball, like Steph ain't Offset or something like that.
No. Steph is like a Russell Wilson. He like they got the same kind of characteristics.
Yeah, like Steph. I also like the way Sierra started to move when she got with Russell. You know?
Because she feed off his energy.
Which is the difference between Sierra and Cardi.
Right.
Cardi is Arrested Development. Arrested Development is a syndrome where you still stuck in whatever destroyed you. Like Cardi don't know how to pick a man at all. Sierra learned.
I like Cardi though.
This ain't about liking or disliking Cardi.
I like
when
Cardi.
we talking about.
But would you like her actions if that was your wife?
I definitely would not like her actions if it was my wife.
Right.
And she ain't innocent either because, they were saying she was banging Stefan when her and Offset was together.
But we don't know
Offset
that.
said that too. No, but Offset said out his own mouth that she been cheating on him for years. So he don't see what's the problem. That's Offset words, not mine.
No. But what I'm talking about,
all this stuff we don't know
let's say in the world,
you know what I mean?
From a world, let's say Israelite out there quick, because Israelite, they both hoe. Sierra's a hoe too in the Israelite world. Because she was with Future. You got to stay with that man, right? So let's just deal with the world. Sierra realized she can't be with this type of man.
Wait. Sierra is a hoe to y'all?
And biblically speaking, you can't, that's adultery. Like if a woman, when you sleep with that woman, you can't leave that woman. That woman can't leave you. If that woman goes to sleep with another man, that's adultery.
But they was they married or nothing?
Sex is the marriage.
Is
let me break it down. So
sex is marriage.
I heard that.
His head just switched to all the bitches in his head. He just had a mental flash, like all of them.
Damn, I'm married to that. I'm married to that many.
Hey, no, but we brought this up when we was talking about the multiple wives.
Hey, I'm married to that many. I'm just playing.
So biblically speaking, so biblically speaking, and this is when you get the knowledge, because of course nobody thinks about this in America. You're only married if you get that piece of paper.
Yeah.
So you can have all the sex you want. It's only when you get that piece of paper. In God's eyes, the way we were created, when you lay with that woman, when you lay with that man, you're married. So I'm only going to answer from a worldview. I'm not going to answer from a biblical view.
Right.
So from a worldview, Sierra gets with Future. Future, he banging women left and right. She realized, I don't want this type of man. She went and got Russell Wilson, who's the total opposite. Russell Wilson's a good dude.
Yeah.
So you could tell that she learned a lesson from the type of life that she wanted.
Most definitely she did.
Cardi B gets with Offset. Both of them, if we go by rumors, Offset says she was cheating. But let's say Offset is the only one messing with women. Cardi B is not messing with no man. Cardi B leaves him because that's not conducive to the type of life she wants. But then she just goes and gets with another Offset. She didn't learn. So she going to get with another man that's having sex with a bunch of women, got kids while she's pregnant.
Yeah, got what? So two women pregnant.
So she didn't learn. That's why I call it Arrested Development, because she didn't learn it's love mapping. Her love mapping is geared to one type of man.
Right.
So even though she's mad at Offset's way of life, she loves that Offset type of man.
She's going by what she wants and not what she needs.
And what she grew up around. That's her environment.
That's her environment.
That's what she used to, even from her game background.
So Russell Wilson would be a turn off for her. But Stefan is a turn on. Why? Because Stefan that's familiar territory.
That's why you always see people that be happily married and stuff. They always be two opposite type of people.
Yeah, because sometimes you create
say like us from the streets.
Right.
You're
not looking for somebody from the street.
I'm not looking for a street woman.
You're looking for somebody,
you know what I mean?
Opposite.
I'm looking for a woman.
It'd be crazy because the woman that you get that be opposite, she be wondering why you're her type.
Right.
But she's your type.
Right.
Because she's not that type.
Right.
And that's what you're trying to get away from.
If I'm in the streets and I'm putting in work or I'm about to snap and crash out, I don't want my wife to be like, yeah, cuz, let's go get him.
Yeah. You don't want her to say, crash out. You need somebody to say, you sure that's the route that you want to
calm down.
Right.
You wanted to calm
You know
your
what I mean?
spirit.
Calm my spirit
Exactly.
down.
Right.
You know what I
In
mean?
that world of gangbanging, when I did that, right, I'd never been into gangbanging women.
Yeah.
Because of that. I didn't want to go hang out all day on the block and come home to the block.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I always wanted squares. I wanted
Exactly.
people that hated, I intentionally wanted women that hated gangbangers.
Right.
Like, I love that because then it's like, you gonna show me something that I could never get from these other women.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm dealing with these other women in the streets, I'm still in the streets. When I go to their house, they got the same
Right.
energy. Like you said, if I get into it with somebody, instead of trying to calm me, it ain't worth it, baby. I'm gonna get the killing. Let's, just do whatever you do. So I've never been with that either, man.
And that's what Cardi didn't learn. So that's the only thing I'm saying about Cardi.
I think she'll
because they
learn.
all discussing it. This ain't to make Offset. He ain't better. I'm not making it seem like he's better. But what I am saying though is that especially when it comes to relationships in general, we don't know how to choose because we never saw what we were supposed to see growing up. We were supposed to see our mother and father and how they interacted with each other. So your first, like a boy's first love is his mom, daughter's first love is the father.
Yeah.
When you take either one of them out of the equation, you're missing that element that teaches them how to pick their significant other. So most women, the reason why women don't know how to listen because they ain't never have a father to first learn what listening is like. So them listening and you got to fight and battle with them is because they've been allowed to do whatever they want because they learning from their mama and they ain't seeing their mama listen to nobody. So why they got to listen to somebody?
Right.
So they can have sex with you and not listen to you, and that's normal because that's what they seen their whole upbringing.
Right.
So we don't even know how to build like real relationships until you can declutter what you think relationships is.
Right.
So Cardi B, until she can get to that moment, this thing with Stefan gonna go away and then she gonna go somewhere else. And the reason why all the women applaud Cardi getting pregnant, even though she's technically married, is because they're living through her and they would do the same exact thing.
Right.
That Cardi's doing.
Right. See, I don't agree with what Cardi did with that. I believe she should have waited. You know what I mean?
Right.
Type of stuff.
Most definitely.
You never know
Because
what
if
people going
Offset
through.
got a woman pregnant while he's still married to Cardi,
He'd be getting
them
mad.
same women, they would be bashing the shit out of them.
Right.
Hell yeah, they
See,
be bashing them. Like, how dare you get a woman pregnant?
Right, exactly. But I feel like she'll learn from it. You know what I mean? I think she made a mistake. A big mistake.
I don't think she's gonna learn from
That's
it.
a hell of a mistake.
I hope she do.
I think she. That's like her.
That's a baby.
You gotta think about it. Like, I was with my woman when I had my son. You feel me? I was in a full blown relationship and I had a baby on her. You know what I mean?
But you probably was in a better space.
I never did that
mentally.
again. You know what I'm
You
saying?
probably
Like, I
in a
learned my
better space
mistake and I went through
mentally.
hell with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, not even as her as a woman, but me mentally, like, damn, like, she a good woman, man. I done, you know what I'm saying? If I'm on that player type shit, I'm
Did
like,
you leave the
damn,
girl
I fucked her.
that you had the baby with?
We was never together.
Oh, so it was like a one night stand type of thing or something?
It wasn't a one night stand.
Oh, she was a jump. What you
but
call
she
a
was
jump
just
off.
like a little side something.
Yeah, a little
you know what
side
I mean?
piece, right? And what happened with the baby after y'all had the baby? Y'all raised the baby together,
Yeah.
and then you still with the same girl?
No.
She left?
No. The other girl not even in my son's life no more.
No.
My girl
Is raised.
is the one that raised him.
So you still with the same
It's
girl?
not his biological mama. She's
No.
raised him.
What I
Yeah,
mean is
yeah.
the girl that you say you cheated on.
Yeah.
You still with
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
And y'all now both have custody of that girl.
Exactly. The
Oh,
boy.
you got the boy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's a badass girl you got.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's a rider right there.
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
I
Is she
like
raising
her.
a baby?
Listen,
Most High
Yeah, like her own.
something.
Yeah,
She
she
did
raised Most
something
High in
that
Christ.
You would never hear her
She
say
did
my
something
stepson.
that-
Like, she don't never say my stepson. It's
She
her
did
son.
something that most women won't do. Is she became unselfish,
Yeah.
and that's a beautiful thing, man. You got to treasure.
Yeah.
You can, because a man can have more than one woman. So you didn't do nothing wrong in God's eyes. But in the world, I could see why that would be something bad. But in God's eyes, you didn't do nothing wrong.
I ain't do nothing wrong, guys.
That's right. And then you kept the kid. You didn't get rid of the kid.
Yeah, that was
you know
a
what I
blessing
mean? So
too.
I mean, that's a
real
beautiful
quick,
thing.
real quick before we end the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why is there's nothing wrong with a man having more than one woman in God's eyes?
Because God allowed it. It's lawful. Biologically, men were, we have an outie, they have an innie.
Mm-hmm.
So we were made to dominate more than one woman. That's how we were bred. Now, does that mean that a man has to go out there and do it? No, it doesn't. So I don't advocate for men to just go out and have more than one woman. If you're content with one woman, be content with one woman. But you can't mandate that a man can only have one. Right. In the laws of God, there's rules where if you got a woman you love and your woman you hate, you can't treat one better than the other. Yeah. There's laws in there. If you have a kid by the one you hate and a kid by the one you love, but the oldest is by the one you hate, you still got to give him that blessing. There's laws in there.
They all got to be treated the same.
Right. There's laws in there. Well, same in the sense of you're not changing how you treat them out of favoritism.
Got you.
But if that woman does something evil, you ain't got to treat her the same as someone doing you good.
Got you.
You understand? So there's laws in there. If you get another wife, you can't diminish the first wife. So God made sure that there was stipulations and rules that would govern us. It says you can't get more wives that'll turn your heart away from God. So you can't even have one wife. If that one wife takes you away from the Most High, even that becomes wrong. So there's rules in place for us to govern those things.
Is there a Bible verse for it?
Yeah, what I just said was Deuteronomy 21 and 10. Deuteronomy 17. Let me make sure that's right. I think it's Exodus 21 and 10. It might be Exodus. I'm going to just make sure. It's Exodus 21 and 10, that's the one that says, if you get another wife, her food and raiment and her duty of marriage shall you not diminish. And Deuteronomy 17 and 17, it says, don't take on wives that it turn your heart away.
Deuteronomy what?
17 and 17. It says, neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold, because gold and women and money can turn your heart away from the Most High. So there's rules in place to govern that thought process.
Got you.
Yeah, so, but adultery itself.
But does it say it's okay to have more than one?
No, that's my thing. It doesn't say directly that it's okay to even have a wife. It doesn't say that. It just says that it just gives you laws on how to be with your wives.
What about marriage? When you get married?
That's sex.
Yeah.
Exodus 22 and 16 says, if you lay with that woman, you shall endow her to be your wife. The dowry goes to the father.
And just real quick, nice. It don't say it directly, right? But then you could just look at the prophets in the Bible who had multiple wives.
Right.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So you could get your knowledge from that too. It's like, how can these people be men of God and God be against this, but they serving God?
It's like it was okay, but it wasn't.
Well, Christ, because they gonna all run to Jesus. Christ likened the kingdom of heaven to one man marrying 10 women. Out of those 10 women, he married 5. So even the kingdom of heaven, Christ likened it to a man having 5 wives.
Okay, so when
adultery by law, before you do that one too, adultery by law is if a man sleeps with another man's wife.
And that's biblical.
Not if a man sleeps with another woman. That's adultery.
Damn.
They teach adultery as if a man sleeps with another woman.
And that's biblical.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, what? Which one? The first one?
The first one.
Yeah, what I just said. Yeah, adultery is if you sleep with another man.
Wife.
Not if you sleep with. If that woman is single, if you got a wife and that woman is single, and you sleep with that single woman, that is not adultery.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's just gonna be your other wife.
Yeah, but you can't get rid of her once you sleep with her. That's your possession.
So what about marriage and paperwork?
Paperwork is not some. So in the Bible, the dowry is what you work out with the father. So like, let's say you see this woman, you go to the father, want to marry your daughter. He say, okay, this is the agreement you and I have. That's biblical paperwork. American paperwork is when you go down to the court and then you do it that way. Now, if you decide to get the paperwork, there's nothing unlawful with that, but that's not biblical marriage. That's not marriage to God. Because if that's the case, then gays are married to God, because you can get that same paperwork with 2 men getting married. Yeah. So that's not marriage to God. Right. That's marriage to America. Marriage in the Bible is if you go to that father, you work out an agreement, you marry him. Marry her, rather. That's what marriage is in the Bible.
Yeah, they said, man, I seen something that said somebody just got to be witnesses there or something like that. I forgot the exact
No, okay,
term.
what you talking about is, so like, let's say that's like if you marry a woman that's a virgin, and then when you go and lie with her in the marriage bed, you would bring the sheet out as a witness that she was a virgin?
Nah, it wasn't that though. It was something about, it doesn't have to be paperwork. You get married by, you just have, I forgot what it was, but you just have to have witnesses there.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna look it up.
It ain't biblical, but I can see what you're saying. Like somebody just saying basically like you ain't got to go through the courts. You can get married as long as you have somebody there to acknowledge your marriage, right?
Yes, exactly. But
yeah, that wouldn't be biblical, but I heard that before too, though. Like for the people that disagree with the whole going through the courts type of stance. You know, when you go through the courts, that's just a contract anyway.
That's it.
You know, that's all it is a contract.
Dang, man, I forgot what it was. I see it says a commitment, but we'll figure it out later, man.
Yeah. We can always come back too.
Yeah, we can definitely come back for sure. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This was the best, like, as far as knowledge, this was the best show I ever had, man.
Oh,
you feel me? I appreciate y'all coming.
Shout out to ISUPK.
You know, I appreciate you, man.
Under Commander General Johanna.
You know what I mean? And go ahead, drop all your social media.
Listen, y'all can find me. Of course, I'm Captain Tazaryak of ISUPK under Commander General Johanna. You can find me on Captain Tazaryak TV on YouTube. I'm also Tazaryak on Instagram and Facebook. My leader, Commander General Johanna, does a radio show every Monday from 9 to 11 Eastern Time on Black Watch Radio. You can check that out. It's like the Black CNN, where you get all your news, updates, and what we're supposed to be doing as Black Hispanics and Native Indians. Make sure you check us out. And with that, I say shalom.
Shalom. Man, I'm iWarrior. You can check me out on UPK iWarrior on all platforms. And that's it.
Yo. This is the Creative Players Podcast. This is the Creative Players Podcast. This is the P Nice Show, and you already know. If you want to live life, come mess with P Nice, baby.
Designer on my body, looking good as a hobby. They man, she's messing, but she calling me Bobby. Counting up the bands with the stack in my hands. Bust it down, then I flip. Got a pocket full of chips like neck on cold, 2-4 gold. Yo, bitch, go, she dropped that low. Created player.